afternoon, good morning from wherever you might be watching this video from. I still want to thank you for watching our videos, checking through and passing your comments. Today, I strictly want to take us through how to go about factorization, especially the ones dealing with variables. Some of us know how to do factorization, but when it comes to variable, most students, starting from students in GSS classes, talking about GSS 1, GSS 2, GSS 3, in fact, those in senior classes, they don't know this particular topic because they still make some mistakes which they are not expected to do to actually make. So in this video, I'll be showing you the best way which you can follow, which will not actually make you to make mistake while dealing with factorization. Follow me as I will be solving the question on the board. Okay, now looking at what the topic is, factorization of variables. And what do we call variables? Variables are letters. Like now we have X, we have Q, whatever letter. And what in mathematics, when you talk about variables, we write them in small letters. We don't write it in capital letters. Then the number that you add by their side is what they call coefficient. So I can say what's the coefficient of so, what's the coefficient. So these are the coefficients of the variable that we have. And if you look at this one, we have x squared q. This is spq. This one is spq as well. The fact that we are having spq and spq is also here, you cannot add it together because the s here is raised to power 2, the p here is raised to power 2, the q here is raised to power 2. So because most students will make the mistake, especially with this, they can say 3 plus 12, that will give you 15. They say 12 to 15 minus 9, and they will have 6, and they say their final answer is 6s squared. In fact, they can even say s squared plus x, which will give you s. They will say it's going to be x raised to power 3, and that's mathematical blunder. Now, how do you go about it? The best way is to go through table method. You now go like this. You draw your table, write the first one, 3x squared cubed. You go, the second one is 12x p cubed. You go for the third one, which is 9x squared p squared q squared. Then you draw it. What are you now going to be doing? You now be taking a number. You know how you used to do your H.C.F, that is highest common factor. You have to look for the number that will go. In terms of the number, you check which number will go in everything. Then you check which variable will go in all of them. Then use it to divide and check what your remainder would be. Now let's see. If I start from 1 can obviously go. If I check my 2 cannot go in 3. So 2 is out. The number you are going to use must go in everything. So I go to 3. 3 can go in 3. 3 can go in 12. 3 can go in 9. So I use 3 to divide. So 3 here, that will be x squared, and I will have q. This 3 will be gone. That's 1. I use it to divide this one. You have 4, you have x, you have p, and you have q. I use my 3 to divide 9. I'm going to have 3, you have x squared, you have p squared, and you have q. On that note, I can see that there is no number I can use that can divide 4 and 3. That means in the aspect of number, you are done. Then you go to the variable part of it. I'll now check which variable is common to the 3. There's x here, there's x here, there's x here. Let's divide by x first. If you divide by x, you are going to have x squared divided by x will give you x. You are left with q because x cannot go with q. X, you write your 4. X divided by x, that will be, this x will be gone. You will be left with p and q here. X divided by 3, you have 3. X squared divided by x, you have what? X. You have your p squared and you have your what? Q squared. We now check, can we still use x? No. This means that there is no x in this second one. So that means you have to go to the next common variable. And what is the common variable? We look through. We have q here, there's q here, there's q here. There's no p, so p is not a common variable. So we use q. So when we use q divided, you are left with what? X here. Q divided, you have 4p. And q divided by this, you have what? 3s p squared. Q squared divided by q. That will give you ordinary q. Q cannot go again. So if you look at it, there is no number that can go in this one again, and there is no variable that is also common. So on that note, you've gotten to your, because you've gotten your final answer, you have 3 times, at this edge you have 3 times x times q. Then you now have in brackets, what you have here is you know what? X. Then don't forget, this is now a crucial part whereby you take it back with the sign, because in the sign we have plus here and we have minus here. So we now put the plus. That's plus. What do you have left? You have 4. So we have plus 4p. Then you go there and you check. That's, you can see we have minus. Then that's minus. Then what do you have left? That's 3sp squared q. Then you cover your brackets. Then you have to simplify this one further. 3 times s times q, which will give you 3xq in brackets s plus 4p minus 3xp squared q. That will be your final answer. So that's how to go about it without you making mistake. And so let's do the second one, and I will be fast with that. So that means you have 8a squared b cubed don't know another table, 4a cubed b squared plus, sorry, you have then ab raised to power 4. So we'll start. What is common? Can see that there is 8 here, there is 4 here, but here we are having 1. So I cannot use 8, I cannot use 4. The only number that can go in all of them is ordinary 1. So I don't have to write 1. So that means there is no number that I can use that can go in all of them. So I have to go to using my variable. Using my variable. Do you understand? So when you use your variable, then I'll check which variable can go. So the variable that can go is actually a is here, a is here, a is here. So I will use my a. So if I use a, that means I have 8 a squared divided by a, that's a. You have b cubed, you have 4a squared, you have b squared. Then a divided by, that means I'm having b raised to power 4 there, because here you have a cubed, a squared. Now a cannot go again because there is no a here. So that means I will use my b. So, and if I look at b, if I say I don't want to waste time, this is b cubed, this is b squared, this is b raised to power 4. So you go for your lowest power of b. You can say I use a the other time because the lowest power of a is a. You can see this one is a cubed a squared, but the lowest power here is a. So here, what I will go for is b squared because that's the lowest power. So b squared. 8 here you are going to have 8a, that will give me 8. That's 8a b cubed divided by a b squared. Using your indices, that will be 3 minus 2. That's ordinary b raised to power 1, which is going to give you ordinary b. Then we do this one, 4a b squared. B squared, you cancel b squared, you will be left with 4a squared. Then we go to this one, b raised to power 4 divided by b squared. Using your indices, that will be 4 minus 2. You have b squared. So there is no number that can, or variable that can go again in this one. So my final answer will just be, my final answer would be, that's a times b squared into bracket 8ab. What do I have? Minus, that's minus 4a squared. Then we have plus, that's plus b squared. And that, now to the final answer, what you are going to have, you have a times it, that will give you ab squared into bracket 8a, then plus 4b squared. So that will be the final ab squared in bracket 8ab minus 4a squared plus b squared. So we factorize this particular equation. So on that note, we've come to the end of this lesson, and I hope you've gotten the explanation as regards the breakdown I've given to you. So anytime you see a question dealing with factorization, especially when you talk about factorization dealing with all these ones, variables, you can use the table method for you not to make mistake. I also want you to attempt this classwork. So attempt the factorize the following: ab cube, number one question, ab cube plus 3a raised to power 4 b squared. And the second one is 20x squared b minus 5x plus 10x cubed b cubed. Thank you for watching this video. On to the next video, I implore you to subscribe and make sure you on your notifications so that you'll be seeing all our videos. Then share and like. Like I always say, every child is wonderful. Make sure you enroll your child. Thank you.